It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day. The heart of Massachusetts should be freedom, justice, and liberty. Freedom led pilgrims to Plymouth Bay. Salem trials had justice too late. The sons of liberty spilled the tea, and then the redcoats spilled their blood. The shot heard around the world rang out from the Bay State. Boston strong and ready to defend. It's where revolution started and ends. It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day. Quincy Market, Freedom Trail, Charles River, Boston Harbor, Bunker Hill, Griffin Wharf, Fenway Park, Omar Charge. It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day.
Boom.
Good morning, everybody.
Wow. Hey,
Hey.
we got this thing down pat, man. You know,
Yep.
Okay, it's a lot easier doing a couple hours than it is doing 8 hours.
It really
shit,
it's
dude.
not a it's not a
Oh man,
Yeah.
Used to like either tap out at like 3,
it's just
2. Yeah, yeah. I just
and here it's like time like hour and a half, 2 hours
Yeah.
gone.
just nothing.
Puff.
I
We
thought it
can
would be. I thought it would be challenging. I'd be like, okay, you know, we gotta. It's like you look up and it's already been an hour. But wow, that was easy. You know.
Gone. Yep.
Yeah. They have a conversation.
The justice pages and Sandra Birchmore pages are back up. Now you don't do the Facebook thing, but on
Yeah.
Facebook, the 2 pages had thousands of people, Mike. Like
Really.
big time numbers, pictures, photos, posts, all gone.
Information.
Just gone.
What happened? Do you know?
They don't know. It was a glitch, I think they said. But the Birchmore page got taken down in the Justice for John page. And that was like everybody's home base where we all would get the information and disseminate it out.
Yeah.
So to the people that are running that page, the admins,
Yep.
please back up the page. There's a way that Facebook will let you take the entire Facebook page and back it up into a file, and you can download that file so that you don't lose any of the pictures. I mean, just do the backup, even if you don't want to restore it or make it. As long as you have that one file, it contains the entire page. You know how many pictures are there, Mike?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Thousands,
Yeah,
like
time.
years, 3 years of pictures.
Right. Wow. What would it take to? What kind of storage would you need for that?
Really, I mean, just
How many gigs?
oh God, you don't even want to go there. I
A terabit.
massive.
Yeah.
3 years of
Yeah.
data that runs 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
No. Huge. Thousands of posts.
It's a starting point though. Like you
Yes.
can have something where if it got, like you said yesterday, it's funny you're bringing that up. It happened. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if they had a backup, if someone had a backup, it wouldn't have been a big deal. Like, let them fix it. We can restore to a certain
Yeah,
point.
Right. But at this
So,
point, you just lose everything, right?
right. And that's where we thought we were, but the page is back up. So, to
Yeah,
the
I saw one.
admins, to the people that run the page, if you need help,
Right.
I'll help you. But please do a backup.
What does it take to be an admin? Just to kind of police what's the comments and I guess certain
Mhm.
things again. Right.
Just like here. Any
Okay.
idiots take a ride.
Oh, okay.
You don't even see them. The admins take care of it all.
So on Facebook, can you just go in and join? You're automatically accepted. So you can go in as an alias.
Some
if you
groups
wanted
are
to.
like that. It's like,
Yeah.
say you like windsurfing, you can go to a windsurfing group and click join.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
windsurfers,
yeah, Yeah.
But if they don't want you, if it's a closed group, you have to ask to join the group.
Right. I've seen those before.
And then they'll let you in.
Yeah. They vet you.
Yes.
Uh,
And then there
interesting.
were groups that say they are free and open to the whole entire world, but they kick you out without even thinking about it. It's like Twitter. It's all blocking
No,
you.
no soup to you, fucking snakes.
None. All right.
Oh,
So-
lots unpacking the last couple of days, huh?
Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
fuck, man? You see the
Hank's
time you gotta do-
speaking. Hank's coming
Yeah.
out saying shit now.
Well, yeah, the AG came out and said something yesterday too.
Yeah, clap back at him.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the last night they introduced the interim chief last night from Middleborough.
Yeah. What do you think of the new chief, Mike?
I was gonna put him in the Google machine and take a look at him, but I haven't yet. But I mean, I would imagine with the two women that we have on there, Harrington and I would imagine that it probably passes the sniff test for me.
Well,
Because that's how I am. I liked you. I trusted you. I liked your moral compass. You were upfront and honest. Here we go. I trust you. Let's just run the government now, okay? You got my vote.
Where's he come from?
Middleborough.
Oh, so he's the Middleborough guy.
Yeah.
No kidding.
30
Well, the
something
state
years.
police barracks are right there in Middleborough, so I'm sure he's worked closely with the Middleborough barracks.
Yeah, good point.
How can he not?
Yeah. Good morning, chat. How's everybody doing? I don't do Facebook either. I get too much with Twitter.
Yeah.
Go on.
Twitter's a lot.
I don't know. These are like, look at Aiden or LTL or Mike Crawford. Are you going to be on all those platforms? Like, so if you do one post on Twitter,
right?
Can you push it? Could you push it someplace? Like,
So,
I remember back in the day, we had like an advertising campaign. If we wanted to go on the website, I would just write the ad or do whatever I wanted, and I would hit submit. It would just automatically
go to the.
Yeah.
It's not like that. They're not working together like that. So
well,
for
because, let me tell you something, because it would go into spam too. So then you might get it because it's coming from a server that throws out a lot of spam. So that's what okay.
So so say you make a post and you want it to go out to all the platforms.
Right.
You have to send it to each individual platform.
Yeah.
Now with StreamYard, I can choose to send it to
X,
Facebook, to another YouTube channel, which is what I do. It's automatically on the other channel now, streaming at the same time. What's the other one there? Rumble, all of them. So you just check it off. So StreamYard will do that for you.
Yeah.
So it looks like you're coming from one stream. Otherwise, if you're on Twitter and you make your post and then you want to go to Facebook, Twitter doesn't have the authority to post on Facebook. You do on your account,
right?
But they're not linked that way. So you then, Discourse, another one.
Hey, did you see the email I sent you from the gentleman that wants to donate hockey sticks?
I did, and it's got a bunch of signatures on it.
Yeah, so
that's something to donate. I'll bring it. I can wherever that is. I can go pick it up, and I'll bring it to the party.
He's gonna be in. He said I got a DM from him, so he wants to meet tomorrow, maybe in Canton. I can do it. I guess. You can do it. Whatever.
Where's he coming from?
I don't know. I didn't see. He says, but he's gonna be in Norwood or something tomorrow. But if you can reach out to him and hook up with him, he's got a couple of sticks, I think, from 2015 and 16. So that'll have Pasternak, might have Bergeron on there. Yeah, that'd be some good stuff to donate for Jess.
I have a 9 o'clock doc's appointment tomorrow.
Where? Down there.
Wareham, Fall River. All
right. Well, we'll see if he's
wherever he is. I just need to know which way I'm going to go on the way back. Am I going to go up 24 to Canton or morning, Nan? Hope you're doing well.
All right. So will you handle it? Then I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
You good? All right.
Give me the guys.
You got his email, right? Or no?
I just got the message. I didn't get the other information. So
I gave him your email, but I will reach back out to him and I'll have him double check.
I'm more than happy to touch base. And same with anybody else out there. If there's anything like that you guys want to donate to the 90s party to raffle off, now's time to do it. We're doing that fundraiser for Aiden Saturday, 12 to 12. Today I'm going to touch base.
Maybe we can raffle up one of the sticks on the show.
Well, that's either on the show or at the 90s.
I think it was plural. I think he's got a couple of sticks.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just that one. Well, that's different.
I think he's got two.
Let's talk to when I talk to him. I'll figure out what he wants to do.
Yeah.
We'll get his.
Told us like, hey, I got a couple of sticks from 15, 16 assigned by the whole team. I'm like,
absolutely.
Using the raffle. I'm like, yeah.
Yep. Hands down. Thank you so much, by the way.
Yeah. So let's have Patrick on there and stuff.
Nice. This
Good morning, Nan. What's going on, girl? What's up?
this party Saturday is gonna be something.
It's gonna be lit, dude. You're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
You're gonna get shit faced, aren't you?
Oh yeah, you know how that works. Just all that Sprite go right through you, man.
Tommy, you gotta stop kissing the kitties, lad. What the fuck? I'm just a great guy. Who the fuck?
I have no
Tommy's
idea.
a good guy. I don't know. We love the trolls, man. The trolls are funny.
Love them. They are
Yeah,
losing
well,
their freaking minds.
I know.
They cannot accept the verdict. And you know
Mm.
what? We would have accepted whatever verdict, even if it wasn't what we wanted.
Yeah, I'm a
We
grown
would have
ass man.
accepted it. I don't
Yeah,
accept
I mean,
OUI. There's no way you could charge her with OUI, Mike.
you could fight that.
What police officer witnessed her operating a motor vehicle on a public way?
Like, dude, I mean,
It's like to me, that's like you can't get there.
I think you take the W and just move on. But you're right.
Again, I'm not going to argue with that. I'll take
Yeah.
it. Thank you, sir. Have it. Bye. Yeah.
Yeah, but just
But again, it's
principle. It's like, yeah,
we haven't bitched about it.
no,
Nothing like. And the other side, Mike, are losing their minds.
I know.
I saw something. Where is it?
Cope, man. They can't cope. Yeah, a tough time copium. Yeah. What a tweet by Kate Peters last night. Crusty pants, huh?
That's what I was looking for. I'm trying to find that.
The Uncle
I-
Tom one.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Well,
right. Fucking
what's-
racist.
What's the purpose of that? I
I-
don't.
Fucking trying to
What?
get a name of the headline. That's all I can think about. She's trying to. That is like you understand, like, Kate, that is fucked up shit. The way you think, man. What the fuck you think?
How does that got anything to do with it?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. How does this have anything to do with what he said or what he's doing? You think that dude's gonna listen to UK? Are you fucking kidding me? He's more real than you'll ever be. You know? Are you fucking crazy? I know. And then watching the Young Jerk last night, listening to those guys with the charges are going down against those two protesters. Yeah, Rich the Duck guy is getting wrapped up again. Not for intimidation. He's not getting down for intimidation or vice versa. I forget which one it is. And Eric is getting charges as well. But that sucked. And then this lady, Belle, she says she's getting harassed. And I get the whole. If you go back and watch Young Jerks from last night, you'll see that she's this lady. She's on the witness list.
That post is gone, Mike.
Oh yeah, they probably took it down. Probably got ratioed.
I'm sure it did.
Let me see. Yeah, Ashley Bell. Ashley Bell was on the. She went on.
How do I know that name, Mike?
She's a witness. She's on the witness list.
Is that why?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And she's complaining that the McAlberts are getting a much more preferred treatment than she is. She's getting harassed constantly, she says. I know her name's on the witness list, but I don't know anything about her. Like, what did she witness? Who came to her house? If anybody has any details, I don't know. She deleted it. Yeah. This picture.
The post was referring to something. Mike, that's got to be what, 150 years old.
Uncle
that
Tom?
saying, yeah, to be called Uncle Tom. Yeah. I mean, it's back in the darkest part of.
Dude, that's back when I was in school.
We weren't even born. Our parents weren't even born. It's going way back.
Remember the black guy who was holding a lantern out in your driveway? Remember that? You used to pull up. It used to be, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
It was
statue. Like lighting the way.
That to me was fucking bad. Back in the day, like, hey, what are you doing?
Oh, I get it. I know, right?
You know, like, but people.
That's how they made it out of metal, Mike.
Yes.
And they had to paint it.
In the 50s and shit. It was like, that was like the thing. It was like, whoa. Okay.
But this is going back. To call somebody Uncle Tom, that's electricity wasn't even invented. Like, going way back.
Yeah.
Why does she need to bring that up in regards to talking about the foreman who did his freaking civic duty? He did what was asked of him. Think about this. He did exactly what was asked of him. We need you to sit here and listen and find out if this happened or not. It's up to you. Now, better that. Now you're in charge of these other people that are going to make the determination. Right. He did his job. Yeah. What does that statement that goes back 200, 300 years ago, what does that have to do with what he did?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
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 She's just mad because she's irrelevant now. You know, she's not. What she says doesn't have any weight to it.
It just pisses me off because the guy, he signed up for doing jury duty. He didn't sign up for dealing with this freaking rancid nastiness.
Oh, not being a juror, but doing his, like you said, the civic.
And you know what? How about this? I'll take that Uncle Tom comment and I'll go +1. I'll one up you, Kate. You ready? Let's have a discussion, Kate. You want to do that? Because guess what? We're gonna. Mike.
What?
Mike.
Yeah.
Do you remember during that court trial where Camry was found innocent? That female cop from Canton got up on the stand where she was promised to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Remember she said that?
Yeah.
Kelly Dever.
Diva.
Kelly Dever, who's now a Boston police officer. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mike.
Mm-hmm.
She said on the stand that she had what? What did she say happened to her?
A false memory.
A false memory. Okay. How does one exactly have a false memory, Mike?
That's you imagine
Let's
something.
talk about this.
I think
Let's
you
talk
imagine
about
something.
it.
You imagine something that didn't happen, maybe, and you think it to be true.
Huh.
Right. I mean, in a layman's terms, I don't know. That kind of makes sense
Right.
to me, right? You think it happened.
Mike,
it might have happened. I said it, but I really don't know if I was true or not because I don't know if I dreamt it up in my head.
Mike, at 26 years of age, having passed a physical, having passed a psychological, having passed all the tests that she needs to pass to become a police officer in the fine city of Boston here. Not that Boston's not corrupt or nothing. We won't talk about that yet, guys. But Kelly Dever, right? She gets on the stand as a police officer, and she said that she had a false memory. She said that.
Yep.
Where does the word false memory come up? Where do you find that elsewhere in the medical community, Mike? Let's talk about this.
Psychological.
Yeah, well, absolutely. But where else would a false memory come into play? Where would you ever hear the word false memory? What would you think?
Dream.
Okay. That's one.
Oh.
Well, the only other place it's really tied to is patients that have dementia and Alzheimer's.
Right.
And if you know anything about dementia and Alzheimer's people, they can get very violent. Just drop of the hat, just click, they're violent, right? And they're strong too. But we're going to give this lady a gun. We're going to give Kelly Devers a gun. This is lady who herself, self-admittedly, gets up on the stand and says, I have false memories. And then she's going to argue with you about that, Mike. She's arguing about something that's false to her. Right? False memory. And we're going to give her $150,000 a year and a gun and the power to take a life. We're going to give this girl that because that's what she has right now. And not only that, but she can do it with impunity. Look at what just happened to Officer O'Keefe. Same people in play. Same Boston Police Department. So Kelly Dever, how can she, Mike, how can she have a false memory and a paycheck?
Shouldn't. I don't trust her on the streets.
Well, they took her off the streets because obviously the people she works with don't trust her on the streets either.
Well, that's a smart move, I think.
But is it really?
Well, I don't know.
No. She's got Mike. She's got false memory. You can't be a custodian in a police department with a false memory, dude.
But you can pass a psych test afterwards, right? I mean, get back out there, right?
You're asking the wrong girl. Obviously, with this is a great example. I guess you can. I thought they'd psych tested you so that you wouldn't have false memories.
Yeah. Remember, she said she called and she had a
Called the
lawyer
FBI,
there.
Mike.
Yeah, to see if she retracted her statement and and worded it this way, would she be all right?
Mike, I'm pretty
It's
sure
not
you're calling an
perjury.
attorney for that, not the FBI.
I don't know.
Or did
It's
she?
pretty.
Did she even call the FBI?
Was that a false memory? You can question
Exactly.
everything. I know. You can see if you're an attorney and you get a hold of that tape and she's on a trial case for you and you arrested somebody. Well, how do you know it actually happened? Did you witness it? Yeah. Well, you sure you witnessed it?
This is
She's dumb.
her having a false memory is a psychological condition that she most likely did not divulge. Because you can't
Yeah.
be a police officer with a psych issue.
No.
Why is she?
Um. Yeah.
Right?
She
Right, Kate?
fucking-
Kate, ask Boston Police Department why Kelly Diva has a gun and a badge and the power to take a life when she has false memories. Kate, ask that for me, will you, Kate? We're going to keep going. You want to get nasty? We're going to get nasty.
Kate Peter, Krusty.
Yeah, crusty. Yeah. She wants to work on making people's lives hell. Okay, Kate. Check.
Nan, there's no way the Department of Justice told her that having a false memory was acceptable. Not a chance.
Again, she's right. Did she not try and put it on Department of Justice, the FBI, saying, "Hey, I talked to the FBI. They said, blah blah blah." Just her giving the impression. In any way, no, Mike. That's a hard no.
I watched Melanie last night for a little while, and David Yannetti was asked, "Who was your worst witness to deal with?" And he said her name, Diva. Yep. He goes, "She just came across so mean, disgruntled. Like, I don't know the words. I don't know verbatim what he said, but I'm paraphrasing. But he's basically along the lines we're saying, like, he was like, in all his years of cross-examining witnesses or
long
whatever.
Time, Mike. A lot of people.
30-something years. He said, this is probably the worst witness I've had to deal with. I was like, holy shit.
That's a bold statement.
Oh, yeah. It was good. Yeah. Melanie did a good job last night. I thought Alessi and David Yannetti on there last night. It was nice.
Yeah. Melanie always does well.
Yeah.
All the YouTubers, lawtubers, people do well, Mike. I mean, think about it. I've never seen a bad interview with anybody.
Oh, the one thing I wanted to talk about real quick, and you guys can watch it later, is that the question was asked to Yannetti and Alessi, where are John's socks? Because they're in the pictures when he's on the table, and they're not in evidence. They didn't say a word. They couldn't comment on it. And Melanie goes, I know if you can't comment, just don't say anything. They just both sat there and just shook their head like, we can't really talk about it. So
who would take the evidence? Who would have the power to take evidence, Mike?
I'm just, how those souvenirs.
Kelly Divas. She's got this superhero power, right? She can take.
Like people take souvenirs.
Yeah.
Like a picture or a necklace or an earring, like
Got this.
That fucking bothers me. Hey, baby.
I'm thinking maybe another agency has.
Yeah, that's where I was. I might be DNA on there. Who knows? I don't know. But if you have you heard it from Bob and Yannetti, Bob Alessi and David Yannetti, that they can't talk about it. That's a huge red flag, right?
Yep.
Just call it.
Case is over. Case is over.
And they still can't talk about it because no one brought up the socks.
Listen, there's stuff that you and I still can't even talk about.
I know.
So
I know it sucks.
And we're not in any of them positions. So
there's so much more I want to know about this. Like, seriously, I wish it was open in an ongoing investigation. Then, we get all kind of go, all right, the wheels of justice are turning here, right? But we don't they could say to us, it's over, we shut it down, and they don't fucking gonna tell us. The ice cream truck's still going up down the street. I don't know.
So again, let me just tell people something about that. So when they open an investigation, right? Because maybe someone's screaming, hey, here's a video of a state police officer saying intentionally, oh, we killed that kid. Bad. Oh, yeah, we shot him up good, right?
Oh,
that video gets to the FBI. Yeah. They're like, wait a minute. They look at that like, no, we can't help you out. And then the Sandra thing comes out.
Yeah.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Didn't we just hear something about that? So now they start looking.
Smoke.
And then a year later to the day. John. So the feds, in order to get, oh, they don't have to, but think of what they did. They had this whole thing, this whole case. It's all intertwined, Mike. And part of it is Sandra Birchmore case. Part of it is John O'Keefe case. Part of it is Justin Root case, because it all encompasses the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office. Remember, they got a warrant on Morrissey's phones. I keep bringing this up, Mike. You know what it takes to get a warrant on a sitting district attorney? His phone.
A lot of juice.
You got to have some serious evidence, because there's no judge that's got a robe is going to say, yeah, "I'll sign that. Let's go. What do you want else?" No.
Yeah.
There's questions asked at this point. I could be wrong. I mean, Nan, have you ever seen the FBI get full impunity to get all communications of a sitting district attorney? Like, to me, that's massively huge, bigger than John and that whole thing. Like, I don't think you just go in and get it, Mike. And
I don't have the answer to say to you. I hope they did. That's all I can tell you.
So now that Karen Reed is found innocent, but even before that, the FBI can go and look at what they need to look at and close the case. Boom. One at a time. That's huge, Mike. Big.
Oh.
So.
Wait,
no.
that isn't the official YouTube channel for Dan? Is that you getting a website going? I mean, you getting a YouTube channel going, Dan? Wow.
She's going to use this one.
Oh, cool. Yeah. That'd be awesome. But I just thought it was interesting, some of the questions, and then they wanted to know about his workout regimen and Bob Alessi's eating the right way. He has dinner in the morning and then breakfast at night. You reverse it because you want to burn as much as you can through the day. And he eats every 2 hours. He only sleeps like 3 hours a night, dude.
He doesn't need it. Yeah, he's just a high-functioning person.
But, yeah, I'm going to say that right now. That's genetics. Some of it has to be genetics.
Yeah, no, yeah, you can't. Yeah, I don't think you can train yourself that way.
Fucking guy, man. I'm like,
think of the books that guy's read. Just think of the books that guy's read. Like, with the photographic memory.
Yeah, he's got a photographic memory. And they all credited their paralegals. They said that we wouldn't be here without, wouldn't be here without them. Some of the shit they pulled off.
You know why? Because the paralegals don't know, so they're asking questions, and that's boom. He's got to go through his head to figure out the answer. So that's
Bob Alessi had the same paralegal for 32 years.
Shit me.
Wow, lot, dude. Yeah.
Wow. Well,
32 years.
Obviously, it works.
He goes, I wouldn't have the legal career that I have without my number one paralegal.
I love how he does that. That is
that's awesome. Do you remember Dr. Russell testified in Maryland, I believe it was, or someone one of the ladies testified in Maryland about it was a expert witness. I think it was for the prosecution, anyways. But they got thrown out of the Maryland court for not being a viable source of information. Well, when they found out that hearing, it was in a Maryland court. It was in a Dedham court somewhere in Maryland in the suburbs. They wanted that piece of paper that had to be certified by the court within 12 hours. That lady got it to Bob Alessi within 12 hours of the hearing. That this lady, I think it was the lady with the cinnamon bun on top of her head.
Yeah, Jessica Hyde.
Yes, she testified in a Maryland court that got thrown out because she wasn't considered an expert. That's what it was. They were trying to impeach her, and he had that form. I don't know if you remember watching it. I was watching it. You were probably outside, but and he had that to adjudicate, to try to her, and he said he had like a 4-point plan, like how to impeach witnesses, and it was like it was pretty fascinating. He had the game plan every single time. The game plan. Davey Nettie they would have put Brian Albert on the stand.
Yeah.
If the prosecution was, Davey Nettie had like 8 hours of cross ready to go, and then it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen, So like the work that you do that we don't even see.
Exactly. That's just for naught.
It's it's all just knowledge. But I saw a video of AJ's at the airport yesterday. He went back to California.
Yeah, going.
But yeah, some of the stuff they don't do. I didn't know Davey and Eddie was a Bowdoin, then went to BC Law, but that Bowdoin's a good school, just below Ivy. That's where he goes undergrad. Yeah, that's where his
Well,
chair's
well,
from. Anyways.
wherever they went, it worked.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
just like, Alessi, either you have that drive in you, that will to go more, or you don't. You can't make that stuff up. But thank God he there's no one with that. Thank God he helped out, huh? Mike, free. Did it for free.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
oh,
love hearing. I love
oh,
hearing from him. I love hearing from him.
what a
And then
story, though, right?
the no socks thing really got my attention. Like, how can it be closed if they have evidence that proves that? Let's just say there's a fucking dog hair on that on one of the socks.
Yes, because
It's all you fucking need, dude. It's all you
yep,
need. It's
one
gameable.
dog here, that's it. And I think they have it. I think
Yeah.
they do. But I don't
Yeah.
think they're allowed to bring it up.
And then they were asked. What I said about Diva is that they were asked what was the best prosecution of defense witness that you had to work with. They said La Posada was definitely the home run. Grand Slam.
Really?
But yeah, the medical examiner from Rhode Island retired. Yeah. She's gonna have an excellent career and being an expert witness in
Oh
anybody that
God,
she.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think she'll go, like, if she's asked to look into a case. My opinion, but from judging from her morals and the way she is, she's not about the money. It's about her reputation. She's a teacher in my mind. Like, she'll
Right.
have a great career doing the right thing for the right side.
But here's the best part. Are you ready? She'll never walk across this type of corruption again. When they're bringing her up, they're gonna get the answer that they're looking for.
Yeah.
Not the one that fits the narrative or that.
Right.
They're gonna get specific, and it's not gonna be as corrupt. The defense or the product may not like it, the other side, but hey, she's gonna give you the truth. You know.
You look at Aperture, and they're
Yes.
multi-state insurance company. I mean, lawyer firm. They saw a $400,000 check and said, "Yeah, we're going to make it fit to what you want it to be." Yes.
Yep.
And they talked about, have you ever had, somebody change their timeline in the middle of a case? Like, it was some good questions, and I was just like, wow.
Oh yeah, all that, Mike. Again, the stuff that we forget.
Yeah, go back and watch.
We forget.
It's crazy, dude. Crazy shit. And people that didn't watch Trial 1 and you want to see some fucking good cross-examinations of witnesses in that, with the Higgins or Brian,
Right.
or whatever you want, you just go back and watch.
Higgins.
Yeah.
Missing MIA.
Yeah. And I was going to hear that they were going to call Brian Albert. The defense was, but they felt that the same thing. They felt like, we have this one as we sit right here today. We don't think we need to do anything stupid. They really stayed away from the third-party culprit, even though they said they were going to go that route.
But they kind of didn't, though, Mike. You know what I mean? They didn't. But they didn't drive it home. It was just enough.
I think Lally's Brady violation, is going to come back and bite him in the ass.
How many, Mike? How many Brady violations have we spoken about already? I mean,
I know. Especially Trial 1. Trial 1 as opposed to Trial 2. Lally holding back the information from Trial 1 where he said,
how about the X-rays that don't exist?
I know. There's so much. I know. Sally Port video, the Colin's fucking cell phone picture on the Boston Magazine. There's so much. How can you not? If you're an overseer of the BBO, like, how do you not look into the ethics complaints? Unless it's state funded. Like, I don't like. Is the BBO like a good old boys club?
Yes, everything is.
All right,
everything is.
Yeah, they're all playing golf for the weekends and tournaments and shit. Like, hey, I'm not gonna fuck you over.
And this was the coach of my kids' team, and
right. It's the normal people. You do me, I got you, kind of thing, and it's pretty fucked up. But when you talk about justice, there is no gray. It's black and white.
Yeah, but it's
all guilty.
It's all an illusion. Think about this.
Right. It's smoke and mirror. Like,
they allowed for a year, Mike. They allowed Sandra Birchmore and her baby. They allowed that death to go unpunished. The freaking FBI had to come in and take over and put this guy in cuffs. How come people that he worked with didn't do that? Oh, they didn't see it? Oh, they were instructed to stay out of it, right? Bullshit. Bullshit. All corrupt. They're all corrupt. Show me a good cop. Show me the cops that stood up. Barrow stood up,
Yeah.
but did he? How many cops are out there saying, hey, time out. This is wrong. This is wrong. None
They
of them.
fell
You
in
know
line.
why?
Yeah, they
It's
fell in
about the
line.
paycheck.
Yeah.
It's about the paycheck. No one has the guts to believe
Well,
in
you
themselves to go on
you
and
said
end up
it, and
what's right.
you said that, and I bought into it. But we backed it up. You backed it up with actual receipts saying, hey, look, they made 23, 22, as opposed to what they're making now is like a $50,000-$60,000 jump.
Mike,
I'm like,
think about
what the
this.
fuck?
It was so important for Kelly Diva to get on that stand and say false memory. They gave her a bump in pay.
Yeah.
How much did she get? How much more did she get? For fucking being a patrolman, dude. She ain't got no specialty shit going on over there. Trust me. How much does she make in Canton? 89. What's she making in Boston? 150. Why is that, Mike? Why is the patrolman in Boston making 150,000 a year? How? How is they making 150 a year? Is that with or without details, Mike? Bullshit.
That's it.
It's
That's at the
paying.
top.
They're
Yeah.
paying off. They get paid off. Look at Lank. Lank went, oh, yeah, I went to that house. Oh, yeah, I was in there. I didn't see nothing. Boom, Sergeant Lank. Oh, Detective Sergeant Lank. Pay. Up.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. That's
Knock
right.
it off.
It was tough for me to believe that. Wow, these guys fuck up and they get promoted. I'm like, and then it all made sense to me. Yeah, they got him by the fucking short hairs.
They didn't fuck up. That's the beauty of it all. It's all intentional.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
If Proctor got away with this, what do you think he'd be making? 350, 400 maybe?
He'd be a
Yeah.
detective sergeant. He'd be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what it is, Mike.
Wow.
Think about it. Well, they're paying Kelly Divas $153,000 a year, Mike.
And she's got split ends, dude.
I know. Yeah, her hair game sucks. She didn't bring it.
Aiden says, I can tell a bad lay when I see one. He was fucking going off on her. I was like, dude, that's fucking beautiful. Then you had Kate Peters dropping the Uncle Tom's comment. Fucking
that bothers
bullshit.
me a lot. That bothers me that Kate said that. And that's the reason why we're gonna absolutely specifically talk about Mrs. Deva this week. Whole week, Mike. All week we're talking about it because if Kate wants to work the channel that way and throw them comments out about someone who did his job, who's just asked to stand and sit in this freaking uncomfortable seats for 6 weeks. That's what was asked of him, and he did it. So great. You want to talk about that, Kate? About him not doing what? What did he do wrong? Nothing. But you don't like it. Oh, okay, Kate. Guess what? We're going to talk about your girl Kelly Divas this week, Mike. Maybe Kate will stop talking about the nonsense and the bullshit, and she'll grow up. But hey, I think this is fair, right? She wants to call this guy all these words. I think we should keep going till Mrs. Devers is working at McDonald's. We're gonna keep going. She wants to keep going. We keep going.
Yeah, we just. I mean, she's collateral damage at this point. I mean, she fucked up hard. All
She
you
did.
had to do was be a Barrows.
Oh, wait. Who had a meeting with this lady in his office?
Cox did. Commissioner Cox.
And did he give her the idea of this fake memory bullshit? Was it his idea?
I don't know, dude.
Did he have a discussion with her about a fake memory in any way, shape, manner, or form, Mike?
I wasn't in the meeting. But he said do the right thing.
There should have been someone else in that meeting. You don't have a one-on-one like that. Are you ridiculous? What's up with that? You don't do that. Oh, shut the door? Really?
Well, it should have been somebody else in there, obviously.
Again, right?
There was. You know there was. You know, but
no.
That's good old Boston PD for you, right?
Boston Police Department, who allowed Brian to do whatever he want, and you guys didn't do a thing about it.
Nope.
And John's partner, Pat Rogers.
Yeah.
You allowed that to happen too, right? Or was that something that you asked? Just like you asked for John. What's up? Too much bullshit going on, Mike. And it all comes out of Boston.
Yeah,
You think Canton's bad? No.
that's only the shit we know
No.
about.
Yeah. Boston's worse.
I agree. Boston's got some fucking skeletons, big time.
Yep.
Big skeletons. Some big ones in
And
there.
you can't tell me that the smartest people in the state don't work for Boston that get paid all the money. So we're gonna start going after people's jobs. How about that? Kate wants to go after someone for how they look. That guy has no control over how he is. But we're gonna make fun of him, right, Kate? Let's start going after, like, geez. Carl Dougal was doing great up and down them stairs. His knee must be all better, right? Is he back on duty now, or is he still off and on medical shit?
You asking me? Are you being?
Yeah, no, I'm questioning Carl Dougal.
I don't. I don't know anything about his shift and shit like that. Maybe someone else knows, but he's a fake friend.
Boston
John
Police,
never,
though. But
yeah,
listen,
John never,
he went and he assaulted Karen Reed in the friggin' lobby of the courthouse, and the
yeah.
Boston Police Department said nothing. So they condone that. Boston Police Department condone assault and battery on somebody in the courthouse because they didn't do anything about it, and they condone Kelly Divas getting up on the stand saying that she had false memories. Hey, well, she's got a gun.
She fucked herself hard on that, man.
I think we should be looking at Boston right now. Boston's, boy,
I don't.
all sorts of problems coming up there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you could spend your whole career just digging up skeletons from that motherfucker. That's a big fucking oyster.
Kelly Diva says she has false memories, right? And false memories are usually attributed to people that have like dementia or Alzheimer's. But she's got it at this age. That's scary, Mike. At this age, she's got that type of condition.
Psychosis. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Obviously, we didn't buy that, but yeah, maybe she's got a plan to get out of here. She's gonna move departments again. Who knows? Maybe she goes out to spring
for more money. For more, I'm just gonna make $250 now. 200. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how any cop really goes to work every day without making $1.50, 200,000 a year. Anyways, like to even get out of bed, why the fuck would you do it? Why would you drive around in a car for 89 grand and live in Massachusetts? And live in Massachusetts, right? Because you
poverty
living, fucking you're barely making it. You can't even afford to live in Boston.
And look at this. All of a sudden, she's making $150,000 a year.
Yeah, I don't know if she's actually even living there, but who knows? Who knows? And so I said, Tommy, we're gonna buy the house at 34 Fairview.
Yep.
Right. We're gonna do an Airbnb.
Yep.
And then we're gonna get an Uber company going with the Karen Reed's Lexus. So if you want to get picked up in the famous SUV,
dude, that would be friggin' the bomb.
I get a whole marketing plan put together if you want to take a look at it afterwards. And yeah, so it's all we have packages together.
Lexus tours, guy. We could do the Lexus.
So we'll drive you around in the Karen Reed vehicle around Canton, backtrack and go around.
Yeah.
Start off like
we'll burn our phones. We'll make phone calls at 2:00 to make them ring.
Give them butt dial phones when you guys are banging tonight. You got to be banging at 222.
Yeah.
Right about the famous. We can reenact the whole thing.
The whole thing
for reasonable price.
Everything, yeah. Dude, we get to rent the dog. Dog will be there, but we'll take it sometime. You'll never know. It's on.
My mind's been spinning about this stuff. Like I can't stand like this. This is how my brain works. I just think of these things. I'm like, okay, there's so much money to be made here.
Dude, we'll park a white Jeep out front, and then we'll just have someone take it in the middle of the night. Everyone will be like, "Where'd the Jeep go?"
You have like these people like that do like reenactments, like of Valley Forge or whatever.
Yeah.
We could have people, actors dressed up, and do a whole thing.
I'm not Tristan. I ain't doing that. Not doing it. I am not Tristan.
I don't know, man. Like, there's so much play here. Like, even Turtle, when we talked about last night, he goes, "Do you know what you could do with that Lexus? Seriously, if you decide, because it's a black car now, you get Uber Black, right? But you get picked up in the Karen Reed SUV. Oh, flag! I'm just gonna upgrade. Fucking man, holy shit, dude.
Yep.
I don't know. I know it's grifting, but whatever. You know,
That's a good grift though. That's a good one.
That's
That's
a good- yeah.
that's a solid grift.
I've been trying to here asking for money. I'm actually going to give you a service. Like, all right, you can stay in Nicole and Brian's old bedroom. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
That's $800 a night. I'll pick
And
you
you
up
know
at the
what?
airport.
Fucking neighbors won't come out. You can have a party. They won't say nothing.
Yeah.
Neighbors don't give a shit. Promise you.
I'll make sure the pool's back installed and running right, so you have a pool during the summer. I'll pick you up at Logan in the Reed vehicle, you know, for $1,000 or something. Whatever. There's people out there that will spend the
They'll do it.
fucking.
They'll do it.
I want to be the first to go to the moon. I want to be the first to go to the Titanic. I want to be the, you know, you have people like that have this rich and this wealthy, right? So you, whatever line you want to follow, like people would do that, and then they head down to the Cape for the fucking. They do the whole Cape tour.
Why don't we offer tours to people?
I'm telling you.
We can do that, Mike. We'll make reservations at Waterfall and shit.
Yes, we'll be on the microphone in like a Suburban or something, or a van with people, and just talking to people. Here we are, like, you know, the old school, like in London, the double deckers, and we're going down Canada. You see the fentanyl fold going over there in front of the pizza shop. Don't mind those people. There's a guy shitting in the trash can right over there. Oh, yep, he's got a rubber ducky coming out. You know, we pay these bums to walk around. We'd have so much fucking fun with this, man. I am like a marketing fucking guru.
Oh,
this
just
would be
the
fucking ballsy.
Things we could do.
If Chris ever wanted to sell his D&E pizza, do you know how much he'd get for that? I know he probably doesn't own the property, but if he owns the, you know, just think about distribution, right? Like if I was him, I'd be like, okay, I suck. I know I suck, but let's suck the best, and let's reverse grip this shit. If you allowed the public to come into your D&E pizza and you showed up every now and then, you would quadruple your fucking business, dude. Because people just want to go.
You never know when you're gonna show up.
Yeah, but people are just afraid to
go
go
there. Kick them out and pretend that you're mad too.
For a fee.
For a fee, that's right.
All right, you want the throw-out package? All right, here.
That's right.
Yep. Slice. Here you go. Now get the fuck out. You can do that all day.
Shit to be out front.
Right. You can have Julie Bagel sitting on the fucking bench.
Jill Daniels comes throwing start throwing
You can go a whole. What do you want? The Jill Daniels package? You have a girl pull up and you start going like this in your phone. People would eat that shit up. You go to St. McCarthy's, have a couple drinks, go over get your pizza to go. Chris Albert throws you on. If you sell T-shirts, dude.
Follow party. People start following you and shit. Perfect.
If he was to open a Twitter account for D&E Pizza and sold T-shirts for D&E Pizza, do you know how many fucking, even St. McCarthy's or Waterfall sold those? They would make a fucking boatload, not online, but just in the store. If you walk into D&E Pizza,
you only buy it in the store.
Right.
Making a clothing outlet now. Fuck the pizza.
Yeah, you have a rack with all the shit on, the hat.
I survived the trip to Canton, that type of shit.
I made it out of Canton alive. Even though Chris Albert threw me out of the store, I'm still, whatever. Yeah. It's like a fucking marketing fucking wet dream right now. And like, you're sitting on a boatload of money. And like, I'm afraid to even talk about it. I'm like, I would want to, let me buy your name. I'll even move the store down the street if you don't want nothing to do with this. But I want the name. I'm going to buy it off you. I'll give you a cut every month, whatever the fuck you want. He wouldn't have to sell a fucking pizza.
Nothing.
Or very little. Like he was doing
he wouldn't have to do anything. That's right. Yeah.
He would have walking customers from all
the night too.
He's got the pocket across. Yeah, he's a pocket across your Walgreens. You walk down the steps, cross the street. You go right over there. You get your hat. Wiretag. Yeah. Get your own, like, if you want to sell fucking video cameras for that company out of the store, you could. The guy doesn't realize, like, even St. McCarthy's, like, I would have, like, a T-shirt rack on the sidewalk with St. McCarthy's, you know, whatever. You come up with some kind of verbiage, but D&E Pizza is sitting on a gold mine.
They leave money on the table there.
Big time. And I hopefully, I don't know if he understands what he's doing, or is it just he wants to move on?
Maybe he's playing long game, Mike. I don't know. We don't know what he's going to roll out now. We don't know.
Imagine that. You can name off like you want the 34 VU special. We got Meadows Ave. What do you want? The steak and cheese Meadows? I don't know. Hold the Meadows. Give me the Fairview. You got somebody. Yeah, give me the Fairview salad. Give me the one Meadows salad. I don't know. Even like you would quadruple your business if you just allowed people to come in and bust balls. Like, you know, there's a couple of guys in the North End that had a sub shop, a deli shop, and they just fucking make videos and they fucking bust customers. They love it. Fucking customers love being a part of that shit. Like, they make fun of customers. Imagine Chris and all those guys just fucking busting on customers that come in. Get the fuck out of here. And people like it. And
Yeah.
you tell them to get the fuck out of your store, but to buy a t-shirt, a hat, and they want some food to go. They spend $100 in your store every time they walk in. Come on, dude.
Dude, you can get the cop package too, man. That's an
Yeah.
option.
Do you want the police to roll up? We gotta get the old police car they have down there. Have it pull up. Jim Daniels walks up, slaps you, takes your phone, throws it down.
Yep.
I mean, what are we doing? We are drifting for pennies here, right? We went on the street. I get a real marketing. We can do something really nice up there. We can rather than having a YouTube show out of there, the D&E Pizza Morning Show. Are you fucking kidding me?
Right there in the front window.
Right. Even Skip McCarthy's on Waterfall. Have a show like JFK. Get inside there. Hey, listen. I'll get fucking all these seats wrapped up. I'm gonna do a live stream from this fucking
pack
table.
that place. We pack that.
You're gonna have people buying food all around us.
Yep.
What? Do it.
Oh, yeah.
Do it. Even the town hall's famous for getting police.
We rent the town hall, Mike.
Damn, dude, so much money here.
To rent the town hall out.
If you want to get it, it's there. Like if you really wanted to do it, if you want to get back at people, Chris, and be like, you know what, I can hate this, blah, blah, blah. Take their money.
That's right. That's how you get it back. That's
exactly. Take their money, dude.
Yeah,
be like,
absolutely.
Okay, hit me all you want, but look at this fucking smile on my face.
Yep.
I'm fucking smiling. Things are paid off. Houses are paid off. Chat, right? Yeah, you guys started it. Well, I'm gonna capitalize on it. Fuck it. That's the big fucking fuck you. Right now, take my fucking money. All right. There's nothing better than taking somebody's money.
No.
That's just me. That's just me.
There was
That's just me. I mean, you can have like the waterfall. Your cocktail menu line up. It might be too early. It might be too early for that. But you can have eventually you have it lined up where give me the 34 Fairview
cocktail menu purchase also.
Right. Give me Gabe Bryant's fucking pina colada. Right. Yeah.
You have him freaking serve you.
If you want to buy little rubber duckies with someone sitting like out of D&E, are you fucking kidding me, dude? You could sell those 10-cent rubber duckies for $5 out of your store as a little fucking thing. Yeah, on your fucking on your counter.
Like little with the t-shirts too.
You be sending those things around the world, and if you signed them, I mean, just think about it.
Signature. I want that signature. That's a good signature to have.
Right? We're wrapping up hockey sticks. Imagine if, I want a Turtle Boy picture, right? But you reverse grip that shit and take them.
I wonder if I walk in, if he'll sign a picture for me.
No, you probably get arrested or summoned. But like all these guys that stood out, like Scott McGinnis, that had those signs with all those signatures on them, those are worth. This thing, your flag, Scott McGinnis' sign, it's been fucking everywhere. Some guy wants to spend all the money and buy the fucking DeLorean out of the fucking Back to the Future.
True.
Yeah. There's a price tag for that, though.
Still waiting for my flag. She's got my flag.
Oh, get me all worked up about the marketing scheme. I mean, I wish it's right down the street, like literally right down the fucking street, like
right down there. So listen,
the meet and greets he can do later on in life. Like if he shows up to a place to promote pizza for a pizza company.
Oh my God, Mike! He shows up, stuff, shake hands, that.
Yes. Like a NASCAR driver shows up into a showroom, and he shows up to a pizza shop. Yeah, all right.
He'll be the one that opens them. So, listen, did you watch the Selectmen's meeting last night?
I did. Yeah, for a little while. I watched the comments. I mean, the opening. Yeah, I did.
I got it lined up. I don't know if the chat.
Yeah, the first 15 minutes are pretty good.
Yeah. All right. So let's just do this. I thought everyone that spoke last night did a great job. So.
Okay. We'll start with Brenda. Would you like to start? Okay.
That's a good turnout, Mike.
Brenda
There's the
Sweeney.
police chief in the front row.
Absolutely not shattered.
Yeah.
Now we find Justice for Officer John O'Keefe. Mr. McCourt released a statement and is encouraging us to move forward together. Finally, a timely statement from our board. Now, my humble opinion. Not hit by a car means we have at least one killer running free in town. A wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, I think we might have a whole pack.
Mike, she's not wrong.
Oh, no, she brings fire, dude.
She's not wrong. She's not wrong in that.
Oh, there's Kristen. Kristen spoke.
Yeah.
Moving forward means recognizing what happens in this town. To quote attorney Mark Betterow, Canton is like an outpost for the Southie mob. Maybe you haven't been affected yet, but there's nothing civilized about Canton. Our kids are being threatened to keep their families quiet and in line. People ride by shouting threats and obscenities, taking pictures of the cars in our driveway, spitting in our yards, tossing chemical bombs on our property. And just so we're clear, these strong arm tactics have been this town, how this town has been running for years, way before Karen Reed ever stepped foot in Canton. If we keep sweeping things under the rug, it's only a matter of time before we end up with yet another man down in the snow. Last Friday, 2 people.
You think it happens within a year? Or after a year? Another
does?
person like John. Because they're not going to stop, obviously.
Well, let's just, so there's Kristen and there's Belle right there, right behind Kristen.
That's Belle?
Yeah.
Right
Wait,
there?
She speaks. Yeah, she speaks.
Oh,
at the
okay.
end, yeah.
All right, cool.
But
People would-
yeah, but I agree with this. You know, she's spitting off facts and stuff like that, but she's just reading a statement, which is cool. I get it, and you know, we all know it and stuff. But see the sign that's right below her feet, right there. That's the one that gets. That's one that gets summons for.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. I love
That
Canton.
got them summons to court.
Yes.
It says I love Canton, Mike.
Yes, but
Nothing
I did hear that they were actually on the same side as D&E Pizza at one point, and they were asked to leave there. So I don't know what happened, but
charged with picketing because that direct line to Helena and the Canton Police Department still exists, even after that fake apology tour. Richie's sign asking Mr. Albert to resign, and Eric's sign saying, I love Canton on one side and keep Pappas open on the other, both punished for loving this town. Why is it one of our select board members is allowed to continually weaponize the law, claiming he's intimidated? Intimidated by what? The words resign and I love Canton? Seriously? Where's the boogeyman here? Another lawsuit, another waste of taxpayers' dollars. Thanks again, Mr. Loughran. I pray our new chief's a Barros, not a Deborah, but if you think a new chief will fix everything, you're wearing blinders. There's no magic carpet right here. We can't sweep everything else under the rug. We've scraped the surface, but we haven't gotten to the belly of the beast. And don't kid yourself, it's a beast. Normal here is killers running free, animal cruelty, bribery, extortion, threats, bullying and intimidation, and God knows what else.
Mike, she's not wrong in any of that. Everything she
No.
just said is true.
yeah, keep
And
it.
what have the police done to fix that?
Oh, she makes good points. What happened to the chemical bombs with the balloons? It
What
all
happened
went
to
away.
the dead animal, Mike?
Right. Well, all went away, guys. So the stuff we forget more than we know, Tom. And this is what they want. They want us to forget. She keeps on bringing it back up, which is fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And she's not wrong, people. Just so you guys
No.
know, she's absolutely right with what she's saying.
Spitting chicklets. She's fucking got it going on. Yeah.
We're subject to coercion and intimidation. Do not whitewash what's going on. It's dangerous here. We need to move forward, but we're not buying a bigger rug to do it. You're out of your ever-loving mind if you think we're going to sit here pretending none of this happens. And don't fall for that pity party ABC's hosting either. Before the winds of change can sweep through our streets and improve the quality of our lives, we need to first ugly truth about what really goes on in Canton. Then we need to empty the trash. We'll be back with the trash truck.
Thank you, Linda.
That's the sign right there, Mike. The one she's holding says "I love Canton."
That's what the sign said. I don't know if it's that actual sign or not, but that's what the sign said.
Yeah, it looks like the same sign because he's there holding it in the picture.
Oh yeah. I think you're right.
People,
Yep.
I want everyone to notice that the sign says "I love Canton." It's not repulsive. It's not harmful. It's not even directed at anybody. So how can you be charged with that, Mike? I got nothing on this. It's so ridiculous. Boy, I hope the new police chief sees this stuff and says this is a waste of our time.
All set.
And then Turtle Boy drops the bomb on Helena Rafferty's lawsuit.
What about it?
She's trying to say that she was actually working and sent an email. Yeah, trying to say that she was actually
responding to a call. Tell me she was responding to a call.
She was working. I don't know if it's actually those words, but yeah, it's in. If you read Turtle Boy's newest blog, came out yesterday, it talks about how she's trying to get it covered under the, you're protected by being a cop kind of thing. You're on duty, whatever.
Yep.
Shit. So yeah, it's
Well,
pretty fucked up.
technically, you're always on duty, but if she wasn't scheduled,
But they
that's
don't. Yeah, but
you.
they don't have her sending any emails at all. They don't have any. Yeah.
She's using her personal car. I'm sorry, she's
No.
using her work car for personal use. You
TJ
can't do
Maxx.
that. You
Yep.
lose all. That's the balls the Chiefs have. They have that much. I can do whatever I want because I have, Morrissey on my side. Well, I mean, where's it gonna go? You think a judge is gonna sign off on a police chief?
Dude, she fucking drove Peggy O'Keefe to fucking Dedham Court. Okay, let's call it what it is. She came down the stairs. And
Yeah,
looked Turtle
remember
Boy
that?
right in the Turtle Boy right in the face, like, like that's just fucking fuck.
She
That's
fucking guys. Remember she went to court that day?
she's a
I have
fucking
that on
piece of shit.
video.
She's a piece of shit, dude. Like, who does that?
Yeah,
Like,
I
and
remember
now,
that.
now you know why? Because she was getting her insurance company or the town's insurance company might get dragged into it now.
Yep.
It's just. The whole
Definitely.
thing stinks, dude. The whole thing stinks.
Definitely a shield and a sword. Definitely a shield and a sword. She's using it as. I remember
Chris-
that. No, the
Yeah.
Chief Helena's doing it. She's using her power as a sword and a shield. You can't.
Whatever fits her narrative, she's going to use it for.
She's switching it the same day. Same thing.
She says, you talk about the $1.8 million house that she has. Like, she's got some stuff. If
She's
it
got a
goes
$1.8 million house. Really?
if it goes
How does she
civil,
get a $1.8 million house as chief of police? Kelly Devers makes more money than she does.
about the same. Almost the same.
Does
Yeah.
Kelly Devers have a $1.8 million house?
Not yet. But you need goals to strive for. I mean, shit,
Yeah.
You want to be.
I guess.
But Chief Rafferty they have pictures of her with two other cars there, but those are my kids' cars, and we don't drive them. They're the kids' cars. Well, Chief, you can go home and grab your kid's car, go to TJ Maxx. But I get the whole thing about using a company car. I understand all that. I get it. It's just I have to go home first, change cars. You don't want to do that. You just want to go get your shit done and go home, and you don't want to leave, right? So I get it. But where you're a public figure using a government car, it's a different fucking animal. You're not working for a private company.
Not on duty.
Well, she wasn't, but she's saying she was, and that's where the fight's gonna come in, and she's gonna lose that fight because she has no substance to back it up with. All right, so if you say you were working, what were you doing? What emails did you send? Show me the email.
Right.
What
were you working on in another fucking town?
She sold the house for 2.7. I don't believe it. No way. Yeah, what were you doing in rent? She's in rent them, so I mean,
Why is she rent them? Why is she at the rent them all?
She's at TJ Maxx, allegedly. That's where she.
Yeah.
And this guy had 9 operations.
Oh my God, the poor guy.
He was wearing an orange jacket going through a crosswalk. How fucked up could you have to be to make that happen and get hit by like what are you doing?
A lot. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So all right, we gotta listen.
Yeah, we're gonna go back. Here we go.
We can rage about this all
My
day.
name is Carol Kelly, and I live on Maple
Oh,
Street in
fuck
Canton.
Carol.
This lady's fucked.
This is Carol. Carol's a
Yeah.
sweetheart. She means
know.
well, but
I know.
she's been getting it from so many people, and I kind of feel bad for her.
She lives with in the area of other police officers are retired and are
Correct.
older. And,
Yep.
All right. Okay.
Yep. So there's that. But here we go. Poor Carol.
Because of the serious nature of a recent incident that happened to me, I finally feel the need to make a public statement about the retaliation I've received for speaking up for Karen and John for the past 2 years. The cyberbullying, harassing phone calls, drones going by bedroom windows after midnight, truck being broken into, being on a list of Canton's 10 most menacing citizens, guys yelling traitor big mouth out of car windows are all things that I've never made public. It's unfair that I have to leave town to get my drugs in and go to stores and libraries. I shouldn't have to do that. I have cameras everywhere now, which shouldn't be necessary. I live in constant fear. It's not right. I have to have someone with me at all times. This is Canton, my safe little town for 5 generations on my dad's side of the family. But this new situation is beyond acceptable. 3 anonymous neighbors reported me for dealing drugs to get me evicted and out of Canton. The funny thing is I've never touched a drink, never mind a drug. And it just so happens that I have 2 retired Canton police officers who say Karen is guilty and a select board member living in my complex. I've never bothered any of the witnesses. I've always been respectful. I've only said Karen is innocent and we need to find out what caused John's death, and we still do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
Carol is, I will say this, and I know it's on the record, so I want it to be. Carol is the most sincere hearted person in the movement. She cares very deeply about what happened. And because she does, she's receiving all sorts of backlash. She's not the person that is really that can like take the backlash. Like, she takes it personal. A lot of it, when some of the stuff you and I can just blow off, she doesn't. She takes it all personal because that's how she is. She's very hot, open and like that. So for them to accuse this poor lady of dealing drugs when she is not dealing drugs, it's horrific. But these are the police officers and the select board member that we're looking at right now who are making this all happen, who are putting her through all this because they don't like her because she believes Karen's innocent. That's how deep this goes to some of the people.
If you
So,
don't fall in line, they're gonna fuck with how you live.
welcome
Where
to
you go
Canton.
read. Yeah, so right, like people see like the surface, but
Yeah.
it filters down granular to each and every person. If they're loud and proud, or whatever you want to call it, and they don't like your narrative, if they have juice, they're gonna use it. And you see,
They are.
if you cut in half what she says is happening to her, even in half of that bullshit's wrong.
Yeah.
Every point of it's wrong. They shouldn't be that way bullied. I'm glad it's on the record, like you said, Tom. I'm glad she mentioned it. Like, and if it does get that level of we're gonna try to evict her, well, I've mentioned it several times here, and I have something to sustain it against, because I've mentioned it to the select board, and their inaction caused us to get us to where we are today, and that's why we're here today.
Again, this is the problem, right? To me, I've known about this. When she talks about the harassment, I know she's getting harassed. I remember. But
Reached out, yeah. Yeah, Chris wasn't at the meeting last night, too, obviously.
but that's how corrupt the system is, because I don't even like yeah, she's just putting it all out there now as a whole, but I know this has been going on from the beginning. So
Look at Mike
corruption and
Lockridge.
whatnot is still there.
Look at Lockridge.
Yeah.
He does this the whole time. Like, he's like, I feel like he's a prisoner now. He doesn't want to be in there. He's like more or less going through the motions. Yeah.
Signed up for it. That's what you got.
Yeah. He's got the driving school record where he can, he's at the driving school teaching thing down from the town. And
so what if they started protesting his driving school? Think he'd lose customers? Think people would say not going there because this guy's part of the cover up? He's done nothing. Shame on him too.
It's Lucky's brother. It's fucking Lucky's brother.
I know.
How awkward is that conversation?
Good evening, Chris.
Just any of the family outings. All right, this is Kristen. She is.
Yep, good supporter.
All that.
Jenny Anderson, Canton. I know this isn't, I'm not able to ask questions, but my statement I'm going to form as a question, which is, when is Mr. Albert going to stop using the police department as his personal security system? It's not fair. Anyone that even looks at D&E gets a charge. It's got to stop. We're not here, or the police department is not here to serve Chris Albert. And obviously he's not here because, the charges just happened. But it's ridiculous. I pay taxes, unlike him. And he's just allowed to do whatever the hell he wants.
we're not going to stop until he stops. This is freaking ridiculous. He needs to go. And what's it going to take? Another dead person? Like, seriously. I'm not going to go out and harass anybody or get trolled or troll anyone, but I guarantee you my name is going to be slandered all over Twitter tomorrow. So have at it, people. Slander away, call me fat, call me a dude, whatever, but he's gotta go. You should.
Thank you.
She's absolutely right. Enough of this. And again, another person, sweetheart, standing up for what she believes in and getting all sorts of freaking heinous backlash over it. Kristen is not the one to mess with. I'll just put
No.
it that way. No.
She's not gonna. She's not gonna stand. She won't stand down. No.
No.
Nope.
So
Nope.
I'm honored that she's one of our mods, Mike. I love her.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
We
You
would
can tell
work
these
good
guys like
together, so.
this is fucking
You guys
weird. Just the
good?
body language. Look
wanna
at
go ahead,
fucking
Jack?
Lockwood. Jesus Christ, dude. You know you're on TV, dude.
She's smiling because she's like, they're all getting it.
Yeah.
So
they're
I
finally
absolutely never
fixing
wanted
it.
to be up at
Just
this.
give me a name,
Attentive,
please.
Mr.
Sorry, yeah.
Speaker.
My name is Ashley Bell. I'm on Dedham Street. I never wanted to be up here at this mic. Unfortunately, I was on the witness list for both Karen Reed trials and in the ongoing Birchmore case, and that sucks. I only stress this because, like Chris Albert, I too am a witness. I've also experienced harassment where people have showed up at my house, recorded me, screamed into my windows, spread vile rumors about me. And I will say that I feel for Chris Albert and Colin Albert, and what's happened to them, I think is disgusting. And I feel terrible for them in that regard. So I went to the Canton Police with real evidence, and I learned there's a very specific criteria that has to be met before they can act. And when it doesn't quite fit that box, even if it's very threatening, you're on your own.
Yep.
This week, I noticed a drastic difference in how people are protected in town. When an attention-starved kook dances in the middle of a public street, apparently that warrants watchful patrol time. I asked the officer about it, and all he could say is, "Chief told me to." He didn't know why or how long he was there for. Canton kids should always be protected from weirdos. But I guess a violent felon and a deranged mom down the street don't warrant the same protection for my kids, as it fell just under the legal red tape, which is about 3 incidents of harassing behavior and whatever. My family was not granted that protection. Our police were audited, and while I raised my eyebrow at the thought of ex-cops investigating our cops, I read the entire report, I went to the presentation, and I felt a sense of relief that our town's police department showed no signs of obvious corruption, and I thought that was a good thing.
Really now.
One thing that stuck out was the grievances of our officers. Some were callous and cocky, but most of them were disheartening. In a perfect world, we try.
Some are careless and cocky. Okay. That's
Oh, did you hear? Oh, so now if you walk into Canton PD,
yep.
the two-way window that was right there on your left is
Yes.
a mirror. It's mirrored now. So they can see you. You can't see anybody behind the glass. How is that being transparent? That is the opposite of transparent. They fucking blacked it out. You're like doing a witness stance in front of the fucking it's fucking crazy.
Dude,
See,
really?
This is the shit that hope the chief just kind of notices and says he needs a couple of weeks, and he speaks right after these people.
Yep.
He does a very good job. I mean, the speech was from the heart. It wasn't scripted. He didn't write it down, but he just spoke what he has, what he's going to do, what he's going to try to do. Give me a couple of weeks. I want to meet with anybody that wants to meet with me. You know, I'm going to make a phone call and have a cup of coffee.
Yep.
So,
All right, so let's finish Miss Bell.
Trust
Yeah.
our police, and our police trust, protect, and serve us equally. If Canton police want the public to trust them, and they want to show us good faith, why the hell would they put up a one-way mirror in the lobby? Has anyone been inside lately? I have twice, and it's extremely intimidating and unnerving. It's the literal opposite of transparency. Even if some annoying YouTube grifter from out of town comes in and fills them, even if busybodies with nothing better to do than to come into the lobby and ask for record requests, the one-way mirror in our tax-funded public building where trust is extremely fragile in our town is unacceptable.
Yep.
What's wrong with being able to see our officers and sergeants? Why are they terrified of us? Trust and transparency is not optional, and the favoritism has to stop. Chris Albert is a witness and is still considered a witness, and he's afraid of people that he serves as a select board member.
How can he be a witness if he wasn't there?
Well,
What did he witness?
Family members are included in the witness package. If you
Holding
upgrade to the
signs, even if
witness
they're desperate
package,
for attention,
you
even
get
if
that.
they're rubbing salt in our wound, and constantly mistaking stupidity for malice.
Not to
Chris
cut
Albert,
you
of all
off.
people, has always been a proud American, calls the police when they come running to him over a crowd of people across the street with a combined IQ of 8.
Thank you.
I have more to say, but
Thank you very much.
No more
See
to
that?
say.
She took a stab at the fucking
I'm
protesters.
Reverend Dr. Michelle Walsh from the First Parish Unitarian Universalist
You can fast forward
Church.
this
I'm
one
the
if you
lead
want.
minister, and this
Okay.
is Kitty McGregor.
I know. So when I walk my dogs, I see Kitty all the time. She's
Okay.
a nice lady. But what she's saying is beautiful. But I just think we should skip through it because it's where we park for the protests and for the KPD. That
Yep.
church right there. Okay.
Okay.
The approval of this action form. We have with us this evening Joseph Perkins. Welcome, Joe. Joe, okay? Can we call you Joe? Welcome, Joe. I was just going to
Awkward.
turn this over to town administrator, give us a little background and we'll go from there.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just want to introduce you to Chief Perkins. Chief has a 35-year law enforcement career. He most recently was the fire chief in Middleborough, Massachusetts.
Fire chief?
No, police chief. He corrects
Yeah,
himself.
there you go, Charlie, there you go again.
Got to
with the
get used to
hat.
this with me, okay? So he was the police chief for 14 years in Middleborough. He rose up the ranks. He obviously started as an officer in 1989. Sound about right? And worked his way through the ranks until eventually rising to the rank of chief. Myself, I think we're very fortunate to find Chief Perkins and have him become our interim chief to steady the ship and guide the department, manage the department until we can complete the process of finding a full-time chief in hopefully 6 months is the time frame. But again,
Is he going to be the chief?
highly
or he's
respected
just
law
hanging out
enforcement
for 6
official in the
months?
Commonwealth of
Interim,
Massachusetts.
6
So
months.
highly recommended. I think.
I don't know if he's gonna want the job, but we'll see
Thank
what
you.
he says.
Mr. Perkins, would you like to say a few things?
Sure. I think it's important that people in the community know that I'm here on an interim basis, just to steady the ship. It's the first step in finding a new police chief. I will run the day-to-day operations. I think I'm going to rely a lot on my experience. I look at the interim position as a coaching position, very similar to a coaching position. I have a lot of experience in leadership, coaching, and teaching, and I think that's what I'll do with the police department every day. I think we're going to lean heavily into the policies and procedures.
Hope so.
Canton is an accredited department, and its accreditation is important. It serves as a good guideline for good policing. And I think leaning heavily on accreditation is important in the sound policies and procedures. I'd be looking at implementing any recommendations that were made, that audit that occurred here. And I think those baby steps in starting the process towards finding a new chief and running the day-to-day operation of the department, I think that that's a good foundation to begin and to take the first steps.
Thank you. Just a brief comment. In my conversations with Joe, he is very open to the select board being a big part of communications with the chief as we go forward. So everybody's on the same page. We're all looking at the same things, and there's a lot of communication going on. And you has also expressed communication with the residents.
I did. I think the chief's position is vital to establish communication both inward and upward as well as outward with the community, and being available for people and having that opportunity to come in and find out what is it that the police department does, what does it What does it do? What should it be doing? Those things like that. It takes the community input. It takes the leadership from the select board members to be able to have that exchange of information, relying on good established policy and procedure. Those are the steps that you use and take to move the department forward. That's my job as interim, move the department forward.
Thank you. And before I open it up to the board, just so everybody knows, we're going through a process now of determining a company that will help us in the search for a full-time police chief.
So they're hiring a company, or they're hiring a headhunter to go out and find somebody. So they're gonna pay a person $100,000 to say that this guy should be chief. That's what that is, right?
Yep.
Okay, just checking.
Chief.
Yep.
Charlie has been vetting them with the human resource director, trying to give us a few firms to choose from that we will think in the process. And they're also, this process is going to need community input. This company will be looking for community input. We'll be looking for qualifications that we think this town needs going forward. And we're hoping to get the best candidate possible.
Yeah.
But thank you, Joe, for stepping up for the interim. We look forward
Thank
to
you for
working
having
with
me.
you. And I'll open it up to the board. Any other comments?
This is classic. He
You're
gets up and
welcome,
shakes all their
and
hands.
We're looking forward to working with you, and we appreciate that you can tell from the things that have been said, this town is in a lot of pain.
I've made note.
So thank you for taking that on.
Thank you for having me. I look forward to
I
working
hope
with
it will be an
each of
excellent-
you and as well as the community. I will be available. I just respectfully asked for a couple of weeks. I've literally been in Canton PD once in my career, and that was about 7 years ago, and it was for a meeting. So I don't even know my way around. So give me a couple of weeks to figure out who's who. I get meet everybody. But once I do establish that, I do intend to be out and about. And if you have questions or concerns, that's what the chief's for. If you're a resident of Canton and you have a concern, you should be able to call a chief and come talk to me.
True.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Anything else? With that
I'd
said,
love to have him on the show.
entertain a motion.
I move that the board appoint the interim police chief, an approval of personnel action form for Joseph Perkins.
Second.
Motion is made and second. Any questions here? We're going to vote on this. Brenda, is there, you want to say something after?
I just want to make sure Scott and Charlie first.
Okay, thank you.
He's starting.
Motion second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Chair as well, 4-0. Congratulations. Welcome aboard, sir.
Well, thank you for having me.
We look forward to meeting you real soon. Thank you.
Got him? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Ms. Bump.
That right there is very telling to me, Mike. The fact that he gets up and individually goes and shakes hands with everybody.
Yeah.
That's big.
Huge. Yeah, it's huge.
To me, it is. That means to me, at least he's willing to be wanting to work with them.
Yeah, and he hasn't been out of the game that long. He was retired last year out of Middleborough, so it's not like he's been, not doing anything for 10 years and he's going to jump back in the game and not know what the hell, he understands. And I think for me, the juice is going to be worth the squeeze. Like,
oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna give you 6 months of my time. You're going to pay me a year's worth of work because that's what he's going to do. Or he's not. He's either going to do it or he's not. He's not going to go in and just keep the status quo and wait for another chief to come in. He might want this job for 5 years and double dip into the Hackarama. Who knows?
I would love to sit down with him for a coffee one day. Maybe he'd come on the show in the morning, maybe before work.
We go down in front of Dini Pizza. We set up a table, some t-shirts.
Have him meet us there. Yeah, there we go.
Or even at imagine having him meet us at like Waterfall, head inside for a cup of coffee, or anywhere in Canton, and just have like people just walking around, busybodies, and we're just talking to the chief of police, having a cup of coffee. Kind of good. Yeah.
Deborah knew him when he was in Middleborough.
Was he a good guy? Yeah, nice guy. Okay.
Awesome. Well, hey.
I hope you have the respect, because you don't have the respect, you got nothing. So the best way to find out what the Middleborough police people think below him off record. I know what they're going to say on record. I want to know the dirt, like you know,
I
was
now I
was
now I know where he's from. I can make a couple phone calls. I got a lot of
yeah,
people that
it's
are
a small
that way.
world, like you
Yeah,
know what I mean, that you
yeah,
trust and stuff. So there's a public facing person and there's a private facing person. If
that's
he's got
right.
a fucked up, if he's got a fucked up life in the back, like his marriage is broken, kids, like whatever,
Yeah.
it's kind of gonna come. It's gonna come forward eventually. It's gonna get to his, his work life. So I mean, if you have both balances, you bet you're good that way. You know, but
It's going to be interesting to see how much power they really do give him before he
I mean,
starts getting pushback from the
these
other
are things
people
that
that work there. You know,
again, these are things I discussed with Duty and would say, listen, if I'm coming in as interim,
right?
this is what you guys want me to do, but I'm going to add on. You can't do this to me. You can't, sign here.
You're gonna let me do this? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now you
Oh,
got two people on the select board, the two women, Harrington and I'm forgetting her other name. I forget. I apologize, but those two women are the overseers for me. They're gonna look down from 10,000 feet, make sure he's doing and saying the right things.
right.
They have moles inside of the Canton PD.
Oh God, yes. Oh yeah,
So,
yeah. Yep.
so this guy can't like just walk around like it was a year ago with the same five guys on there, before that. And okay, I'm gonna tell you one thing, but I'm gonna play golf every day at Wampy and fucking
Right.
show up at 11 and do my thing and be done by 3. Hey, nice life, dude. If you can get it, but
Pretty
no
cool.
one's heard from Cole Cuts Conley lately. I wonder where he's been.
The big guy, he's still eating.
I don't know. Just a lot of moving pieces still to go. And even though the big entrees off the table, we finished eating that, we still got a lot of side dishes to get through.
Oh God.
And then we get
ain't even here yet, man.
it,
I'm kind of
then we
upset
get-
that they pushed Farwell back again too.
Yeah, something's going on there big time. That's when these are people that are big talking mouths in the atmosphere out there that are saying things are going on, like things are happening, but they won't go on the record to saying. But it would be I can opine that in my tenure of doing what I'm doing that I've never seen this happen before. It gives you reason to think, well, yeah, okay, there's extraordinary reasons of why they're pushing it back. They're setting up a WITSEC, they're setting up this, they're setting up that, getting ready for a RICO charge. Who knows? We might wake up one day and the whole fucking police thing in Stoughton's taking over. It's going to be a federally run program until they get it figured out and make all kinds of, who knows? I don't know. They could do that to Norfolk County DA. Who knows? We don't know. They could do it. I don't think Canton's going to get there, but there's a lot of bad people in Canton still. A lot of them retired too. A lot of them went away. A lot of them said, you know what? I'll cash out at 20 years instead of 25 years and get the fuck out now. Because I know I was around when this, I don't want to be around this shit, so to speak. That's what I would do. I would get the fuck out of Dodge when I could. Just a matter of time. I mean, they're talking about, the guy that had the dog cover up. John,
yeah.
I mean, shit like who paid for that? The town paid for that whole shit, and like then allegedly he paid it back, and it's like okay, now you're charging 2 more protesters after the Canton 9 again.
I know.
You charged Rick Schiffer already once for Duckgate. Now you're going back at him again for a fucking sign.
Second time.
Enough, guys. We got a new chief coming in. Let's start clean slate the shit. Let's be professionals here. Let's be fucking grown-ass adults. A sign's not going to hurt your business. Reverse grift it, Chris, and be proactive about it and make fucking money off of it. What would be the best thing to do? To sell those protesters or picketers fucking a piece of your pizza.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, why isn't he out walking small little slices, selling for $1 a piece? Who's hungry? Who's hungry?
Right. And if they slapped it out of his face, that's an assault charge.
Yeah.
Then you got some, take it. If I was him, I would take it right back to me and be like, here you go. You want a free slice of pizza? You want a t-shirt? What do you want? I don't know.
So this is Michelle McPhee. Okay.
Yes.
I love this lady. She writes amazing. She's the female Aiden. Okay. Exactly. She is all over the Birchmore case.
Oh yes.
A lot of it. So where is it? She made a comment. Here we go. Matthew Farwell's defense team adds another female attorney that specializes in death penalty cases. Kimberly Stevens is on the Capital Resources Council team, lives in Tennessee, now reps Sandra Birchmore's alleged murderer, groomer, accused statutory rapist. This case is clearly heating up a week after the Karen Reed verdict. After months of no activity within the U.S. versus Matthew Farwell, lots of players not previously known about. The governor was the AG when Farwell, his twin Billy, and Robert Devine were first implicated.
Yeah.
We know this guy.
Oh yeah.
Kevin Clapp was allegedly assaulted sexually by Fanning and then allegedly assaulted physically during an arrest involving Fanning and Tully. They just haven't. They
just haven't started hurting people.
Well, they hurt him pretty bad. Remember that?
They beat the bag off of him, dude.
Yeah. So
this story's never gonna die. There's too much corruption here. Way too much.
It's way too much.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I love what she. I love she's got contacts, and I love how she writes about this stuff. One last thought and Farwell for tonight. His initial lawyer, who was well thought of and respected, so no knock on him, also represented the troopers who were investigating Farwell after Birchmore's death. The entire state of Massachusetts, it's such a small town.
Make sure people understand what happened. So this lawyer, this same firm has represented those same guys in Stoughton.
Yep.
It's fucking crazy. And Mike Dots had another video released. What about John? And,
yeah.
And the public, the social media played out with the Canton PD, and how Kelleher would post on his Twitter account about another officer passed in the United States and was murdered, shot. Nothing about John O'Keefe.
Nothing.
Not a fucking mention. Nothing. So that's interesting.
This is good right here. One thing to remember about Farwell's case is federal charges could carry a death penalty sentence that could motivate a 38-year-old man to spill secrets.
Oh yeah, dude, and he's got them. I'm speaking of myself.
This is huge. The death penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's me. Hold my beer.
Polly boy, Polly son.
Yeah.
That was Paul.
Another O'Keefe cousin came out on Channel 25 or something last night.
Let me guess. Devastated, right?
Oh yeah, dude. Hey, today's the big rally down in Dedham Court for the antis today too.
Starting right now, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I want some live people.
I can hear them now. Can you?
Yeah, I think
nobody showed up. I'm sure none of them showed up.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack. I mean, I'm still unpacking stuff, and then new stuff comes out. Like literally right after the retrial, you had the Birchmore stuff pop up, and then all these guys doing the book tour now, and I'm just like, wow, there's so much here. Then you have the other side talking about how an injustice it was and attacking the jurors, and I mean some of the vile comments that are coming out online. But you know what? I love free speech. If you want to post it and say it, it's your fucking prerogative. But expect whatever's coming back at you not to taste so good.
Right.
In my opinion. I mean, like, don't expect to be hugged. Oh, that was a great write. You wrote up a good tweet or whatever. Dude, no, you fucking just called. What do you expect?
Don't work that way.
Like, we want to get hugs for that one. Anybody that puts a like on that is fucking retarded.
Yep. They just
fucking
again,
gonzo.
Mathing ain't mathing. They ain't mathing.
All right, man.
All right, brother.
Someone's on the way down there.
Oh, really?
I'm on the way. Oh, man. If you could drop her a link when she gets there. Hey, Joey, thanks for the membership.
Joey, thank you so much. Yeah, if that happens, I'll pop that up live. You guys will absolutely see it. I'll throw that up in a heartbeat.
So, yeah.
But I don't think anybody's there. That's the thing. I don't think they have.
You should check Yellow Cottage Tail just to see if anybody's gonna be streaming it. Right, it'd probably be him.
Yeah.
And if it's not any good or anything of value, there won't be anything going on. In my opinion, I don't know.
I see nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. No live, no nothing on Twitter.
Hey, don't forget to hit the
Like and subscribe.
Please, guys, we could, always, we're trying to grow the channel as much as we can. This is how we roll. This is how we get it out there.
Yeah, and you guys are the best. You really are.
Well, not yet. Not until you hit the like and subscribe. This
Yeah.
is how we get it out there.
I can't believe Elena's saying that she was working.
Oh, dude, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, she's gonna go. She might get, because now, right? If you're chief,
Lying, that's even worse.
so if you're the victim, who do you want to sue? The town? You want to sue the town? Right? They got to be a checkbook. But if it doesn't go that way, and the town says, "Hey,
Yeah, she got money. She got $1.8 million house.
how much equity do you have in that house? You have $500,000. You know,
But the town will only give the guy 100,000. That's it.
yeah. So they
Other-
they covered under the protection or whatever, right? But
Yep.
if shit they go civil, now it's wide open because she wasn't working. So she's gonna prove that she either was working at the time, either with a phone call, something with a timestamp on it. Maybe she doesn't have that. She's like, oh fuck, I didn't send an email the whole ride down here. I didn't send an email in the store. I didn't make I have nothing.
Why she's placing in the
Rent-
mall,
Yeah.
rent a mall, placing there. Why don't it's no
Oh, geez.
crazy town?
I mean, you couldn't write, like, again, we couldn't write a book about, like, you wanted to write a book and you came into me with this idea and all this stuff you want to put in it, like all these side shit you want to, like, another chapter of, let's do a whole chapter about the Canton PD, let's do a chapter about her hitting somebody in the, let's do a chapter about people being intimidated in town, let's do I'd say, get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
Hey, what are you doing? See, that's way too much. No one's gonna believe this shit. But
And
here we
here we
are.
are. Yeah, and it's all
Yeah.
true.
It's
ridiculous.
fucking- Yes.
You can't make it up.
Flamingo, she wrote an email. I hope she did on her part. But anyways.
Yep, yep.
I can't deal with it anymore. Tom, you deal with it.
It's
I'll
a
see you in
lot.
the morning. I'll
Peace
see you in
out,
the
my
morning.
friend.
All
Sleep
right,
well.
guys. Stay cool today. Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Goodbye, chat. I'll be
Enjoy.
around.
The dogs, we
yeah.
said hello. Said hello up to them too.
Yeah, it was hot. Dude, it was. So I get out of the.
They go in the hot
water.
tub at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do it a lot, but
Yeah, but yeah.
One of yeah.
One of them.
We-
Yeah, I had one dog
the
that was a water dog that loved it.
Oh yeah. But
Other
so
one-
fucking hot yesterday though. You couldn't even step on the deck.
Yeah, that must have been just screaming. I got the
So
couch
maybe-
for my legs.
Your dogs, yeah, don't forget your dogs' pads if you go walk on the street. You got sneakers on, they got nothing on.
Nothing. Barefoot.
All right. So remember that.
Don't even walk them on that. Keep on the grass.
Guys, have a great day today. I hope you're getting all tanned up, looking good.
No
All right,
doubt.
we had the hottest day in June. Fuck, I don't know how long. Yesterday, 102
Forever.
degrees.
It was 105 in the car driving.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yesterday was a heater.
Yeah. All right. I'll talk to you.
All right,
guys.
man. Talk to you. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, everybody. Again, thank you so very much. Please don't ask for much, but if you hit the like and subscribe button, I think there's something like 30% are not subscribed. So that's what YouTube tells me at least. So 30% of you guys, I don't get notifications when I go live. So with that said, tomorrow we'll have another show. However, it'll probably be later in the afternoon. Okay. I have doctors first thing in the morning. So we'll do something after that. So figure it out. And if you hit the subscribe button when I go live, you'll get a little notification and you'll know. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Stay cool. Thank you for being here. We love you all, and we'll catch you all tomorrow. Have a good day.
Cold mornings, cracked pavement, courthouse steps. He's there before sunrise while the world still rests. No cameras needed, no spotlight glare. Just a man with a purpose, always standing there. Facing the crowd, but the fight in his veins. Truth in his hands, pushing through the rain. Karen sees him, she knows what it boots on the ground and you fight for your dreams. Boots on the ground, day after day, standing for truth in the hardest way. No fame, no glory, just a promise kept. Tom CPU, you never left. He don't ask for credit, don't ask for praise. Just fight in the good fight in 1,000 ways. When the cameras fade and the voices die, he's still right there, never asking why. He's got a handshake that you can trust, eyes that don't blink when it comes to us. Karen smiles because she knows it's true. She's got a soldier and his name's CPU. Boots on the ground, day after day, standing for truth in the hardest way. No fame, no glory, just a promise kept. Tom CPU, you never left. When the courthouse is empty and the crowd's gone home, Tom's still walking, he's never alone. 1,000 steps, a million prayers, because justice don't sleep and neither does he care.